folks, back for another battle report. Got the Necrons here. New set of Necrons on the channel, so super duper excited to face off against them. This is the Escalation League for our local community. We're at the 1,000 point level. As we move through, we're going up in increments of 250 points. So today I'm running Hive Fleet Gorgon with 1,000 points just to try it out because I got finally some more Hormagaunts painted. I got 14 more on the painting table. So just getting them ready, some really old models that just gave some TLC to, so not buying anything new till 10th drops because there's tons of Tyranids coming. So Hive Fleet Gorgon, Hive Tyrant is there, and then he's actually going to be the Warlord because updates. And then he has Balethorn Canon, he has Paroxysm, I believe it is, and Psychic Scream with quadruple, check that. And that's it for him. So just trying out the Canon and Lash with Bone Sword, of course. And we got a lone Lictor, 2 Pyrovores, separate, 2 units of 14 Hormagaunts. 1 unit has Toxin Sacs, the other does not because I couldn't afford it. Tyrannofex with Acid Spray and Dermic Symbiosis. Parasite with Alien Cunning and Gestation Sac, just because I have so much fun with that. And it'll be nice zipping around doing objective work. And then the Neurothrope has Catalyst and Onslught. Oh, and I forgot to mention he also has direct guidance, so gonna give that a go. I was trying to fit in Swarmlord, gonna semi-simulate it with the direct guidance. But that is 1,000 points Tyranid. There you go.
All right, here's my 1,000 points of Necrons here, and we have 3 just regular destroyers, Locust Destroyers, with 3 heavy in the back here. I have 2 groups of Locust Skorpek Destroyers. I guess they're just Skorpek Destroyers. I have 2 groups of units of Scarabs. I have a 3 and a 5. 2 groups of 10 Warriors with Ghost Reapers. And some Lich Guard. And for our HQ, we have our Tech Brain here. I gave him just Implacable Conqueror. I do believe that's what it is, just for the reroll 2 charges. And I gave him Veil of Darkness, of course. And he also has, I think it's Prismatic Obfuscation or something like that. It's just so he cannot be targeted by any range attacks unless something is the closest model to him. And then I do believe that is everything there.
Hey everyone, we were playing Abandoned Sanctuaries. Here's the table we were playing on. We were using the UKTC setup. I know Incursion sometimes is on the smaller table setup, but we're just going with the larger one. The Escalation League went with that just because it is kind of awkward on the small one at 1,000 points because it's just a bloodbath. This, at least you get to play objectives and whatnot. So as you can see, nice and mirrored. Tyranids, we'll just start on this side. We're going to roll off for Attacker and Defender. And you can see the Basement Wargaming objective markers by 3D6 Wargaming. So you can grab those at the link in the video description, support the channel, or just get your own custom ones, whichever you like. So we're going to roll off now. Let's find out who's Attacker and Defender. And then we'll come back and see deployment and objectives. 6 and a 2. So I will drop first, and we'll come back after deployment. Folks, so we have deployed. So the Tyranids over here, going over secondaries. I went with no prisoners, behind enemy lines, and banners. That was sad. At the 1,000 points, my head is a loop. So over here we got a Neurothrope unit of homies. Pyrovore in there, not touching terrain. Tyrannofex, Tyrant. Over this way, the Parasite. We have the Hormagaunts, and opposing me on the Necron side is Skorpek Scurbs. Over this way, Warriors, Lich Guard, the Technomancer. Yes, got it right. Destroyers, more Scurbs, Destroyers, Heavy Destroyer, or sorry, Skorpek Destroyers, Heavy Destroyers, and Warriors. And you have everything on the table. Yes, I have a Lictor and a Pyrovore and Strategic. We're gonna roll off now the big important roll. Who's going first in this match? 1. I think I wanted you to go first. All right, so we'll come back after Necrons. Turn number 1. All right, folks, so movement done for the old cronies. So over this way, the Scarabs came up, Ancient Machinery, that one. Scarabs came over here, nice advance roll, getting launching up there. Then over this way, these warriors taking a foothold, so grabbing the primaries nice and early and getting some secondary points on the board. Everyone else just spreading out. Skorpek's hanging there, and then in the back zone here, the Destroyers and Skorpek's, where are they at? Right against the wall, basically.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah, there they are. So that's a movement done. I don't think there's going to be any shooting. This will probably be the end of the turn, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Scoring some points, though, so we're going to jump into Tyranid's turn number 1. Movement done for the Tyranid. So over this way, my little homies came up with the Neurothrope. So got 3d6 cast off on my buddy, and we're going to take the objective, hopefully. Over this way, the Hive Tyrant touching terrain. He'll be hidden from Destroyers with this. Terrain blocking me out, which is nice and spicy. Then over this way, these guys are going to get hit by Neuroparasite. Banners thrown up by the Pyrovore. Oh, he has Neuroparasite, not Paroxysm. I don't know if I mentioned that on camera. The Tyrannofex coming forward to flame them off there because I'm going to get some extra points where they hold the middle. Parasite flew forward, did a banner there, and then the Hormagaunts spending a CP to Bounding Advance to come launching and get rid of these guys, and then we'll grab that objective for our greedy selves. So that's it for movement. We're going to come back after Psychic. That's the end of shooting and Psychic, and the end of the turn. It's all pretty quick because there's not a whole lot of shooting or Psychic, really. But over this way, they got buffed with Poisonous Influence and Catalyst and killed the Scarabs to a man over there, grabbing me that objective. Then in the middle, the Acid Spray went ballistic, and I made every single one of my wound rolls with, I think, 11 dice or something like that. So finishing off the Scarabs there, getting the perfect amount. And over this way, these guys came in, obliterate the Warriors. Objective taken by the Parasite with Alien Cunning, allowing him to advance in action. And then popped out 3 Rippers there to screen out the Parasite. And we got a banner there, and one back here. And that is it for the turn. Let's jump into Necrons, turn number 2. All right, movement is done. We've got some Necrons right here. Getting hold 1 for secondaries. Ancient Machinery is being done here by these lads, getting a nice advance roll and jump into the middle. Skorpek's on this side coming forward. The Destroyers, Heavy Destroyers, jumped up there. And the other Skorpek coming forward to fight the Hormagaunt masses. And that's it for movement. We're going to come back after actually some shooting this time for the Necrons. And then actually not too much shooting, but still shooting nonetheless. Better than first turn, and then some movement. So that's the end of the Necron turn. Things started off okay. The Tyrannofex taking 7 wounds from 1 Destroyer going through. I saved one of them. And then over this way, these guys fired in as well, but failed to do anything. Then up this way, these guys came in, kind of whiffed. I think they probably should have killed them all. The Reap guy dropped the ball there. And then 2 Hormagaunts living, attacking back and doing 1 wound. We'll take it. Then over this way, these guys attacking back and doing nothing. I lost 4 altogether, so these guys kind of whiffed pretty hard over there. These powers are gone, and that's it. So treasures being done, or sorry, machineries being done here, and treasures being scored for the middle, plus holding the middle for the part of the mission for Abandoned Sanctuary. So let's jump into Tyranid's turn number 2. Folks, a movement done for the Tyranids. Hive Tyrant staying put with the Pyrovore, 2 banners being scored. 1,000 point. Sucks for synaptic linking on this board size, but that's okay. This Pyrovore is buffed to the 9s. Parasite coming over, grabbing this objective, throwing a banner up. Hopefully going to get rid of them. Then over this way, the Hormagaunt staying in combat with the Neurothrope coming up to start doing some psychic work. Lictor appearing there, since he's pretty much safe from everything, as long as these Skorpeks die. That's pretty important. Over this way, the Tyrannofex is in a spot where I can flame there, or there. This Pyrovore walked on, because I really need to just get rid of them. Between the Tyrant and them, I think I should be able to kill most of the Destroyers. These guys fell back, because I really need these guys to die as well. Rippers are coming over, hoping for a nice charge. If we can get in there and tie those guys up, that is going to be huge for us. So that is it for the Tyranids. We're going to jump into Psychic shooting, probably the combat, because it's all going to be... All right, folks, so turn is done. So Tyranids hitting back pretty hard. Over this way, this spike goes on. I did a wound. I lost 4 guys in total over there. And then over here, the Hive Tyrant rolling exceptionally well, taking all 3 of those guys. And then the Pyrovore didn't do anything, and just hoping to chip down. Just need to get some insurance policy. The Warriors in the middle, drop down 3 and pass morale. Do have a banner up there, though. Then the Rippers made their charge, which is huge, tying them up. And we are to Synapse, though. But that is it for the turn. So Tyranid's dominant board position, but the Parasite is a wet paper noodle. So he could get taken out by the Warrior shooting. And then there's still, this side of the table, the Skorpek's still pretty strong over there. So, and these guys are also going to res, I believe. So a few guys coming back. So that isn't good. We're going to jump into Necron's turn number 3. Right, folks, so the Necron turn is done. Over this way, the combat raged on. 2 Hormagaunts living, really hoping to get rid of them, but the objective is denied. Then in the middle, the Parasite, Withering the Storm, only taking 1 wound. Then some Hormagaunts getting blasted. They are down to 3 of them. I failed morale, and then 3 more ran, so not too good for them. And then the Skorpek's back here, falling back, just to get away from the old dastardly Rippers, and the Lich Guard holding on to the objective in the middle there. So, and these Warriors also denying me some points. So, and tear down the banner. So Necron still hanging on, scoring some points here, trying to shut down the Tyranids as much as possible. So into Tyranid's turn, getting hold 1, hold 2. The Necrons denying me some primaries, which is very important. Over this way for movement, the Gaunt's just staying in there. Oh, I forgot to move him. He's just going to jump over, grab the objective, and hopefully smite them away into oblivion. So Catalyst is also gone for the Hormagaunts, the 2 of them. Over this way, the Parasite did the old loop-de-loop, flew over them, came back around and landed there, killing off 2, and they are infected. Parasites, Tyrant just sitting still there. Again, just buffing that Pyrovore. I'm pretty sure he's core. Not that it matters anyway. Those buffs don't do anything. This guy, going to flame him, trying to sit moving forward so he can shoot back there. That's really grab that objective for me. As the Hormagaunts regenerated 6 more of them, I've regenerated a total of 12, so they're coming forward with Bounding Advance. I have no CP left. They're going to go there. The Ripper's coming in, tie them up, hopefully surround them and get them out of the game, because I think kill some of my monsters. The Necrons actually aren't doing too bad in that way. So we're going to come back after Psychic. So the turn is done for the Tyrant. So the Tyrannofex grabbing that, the Hive Tyrant blammoing that fella away there, the Pyrovore there cooking up the last warrior. Over here though, this Skorpek hero, he is perilled, hurt myself there, and then he killed off the Gaunts, charged in, or consolidated in there to tie up the Neurothrope. Then over this way, these guys just hanging that objective there as well. And the Destroyers at the back, the Hormagaunts made the charge, killed 1 of them, and they swung back and didn't do anything. And I rolled double 1s with the Rippers with no CP left, so they couldn't make it in. But that's it for the turn. We're going to jump into Necron's turn 4, see how many points they can score. This is a league game, so points do matter. So we're going to see how many they can rack up, because it's collective as a player for the course of the league. My goodness. Necron turn done. Over here, combat continued. Got the 3 wounds through. I failed 2. CP rerolled 1. Passed it. Then did my Feel and Pain and made all 3 Feel and Pain. So just... and then over this way, the Lich Guard came out. They're going to attempt to charge there. Just chain back to stay on the objective just to be safe. Because if they made it, that would have been an Ancient Machineries. That would have also taken a banner down. And also another point for killing me on the objective. But they unfortunately failed. These guys are just begging for the gang to get away. But that's it for Necron turn. So not too bad again on points. But we're going to head into Tyrant turn number 4. Folks, so we're going to call the game here. We played with the Tyranid turn. Killed off those guys. Killed off 2 Lich Guard, or 3 Lich Guard, but then 2 stood back up. And then we smited the Skorpek over there. Quickly jumped into the Necron turn, because again, it is a league game, so points matter. They came out to try and make a charge, because they got that a Treasure of Aeons, tearing down a banner, and for killing a unit there. But they failed to charge, unfortunately. So the end score is 94 to 59, I think it was, something like that. So we were just talking about the game, and it was honestly just really poor rolls. Like, these Hormagaunts should have been... Statistically, they should have been taken out. There's loads of 2s rolled there to hit. Then over this way, these Hormagaunts just, it was, I think
I think this time like a bunch of ones.
Yeah.
Too, like just terrible.
Yeah, and then the other part, I think the big factor in the game is your heavy destroyers getting tied up by the Rippers. If I failed that charge, I'm pretty confident you would have either killed him or neutered him enough that his movement would have been bracketed, and yeah, he would have been in a rough shape. Or they could have actually started pumping shots into the Tyrant or at the Pyrovore. So I think that was the downfall for you. That, I mean, some unfortunate luck with Destroyers. MVP, would you give it to anyone? Not to.
No one really.
Yeah, it was
anytime
just.
anyone tries to start doing good, they went down the pooper. So
Yeah.
I'd say nobody.
I think for me, it would probably be either the Hormagaunts squad that kind of took this side, tanked the wounds from them, or the Tyrannofex just did wonders. The Parasite also, too, was kind of just a pesky living there. But all said and done, it was, just unfortunate rolling. Probably should have cleared that Hormagaunt squad off, and then only had to deal with the Tyrannofex, and that way the Locust Destroyer, the Heavy Destroyers would have been able to shoot. Them getting shut down, I think, was a big part in this match. But all of a sudden done, very entertaining. The score still, lots of points on the board. Wasn't a complete wash there, but the Necrons doing a decent showing, at least points-wise. So thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned for the next match. We'll probably try to do another league match for this. I missed the first few as we were getting back into the swing of things. So thank you for watching.